Welcome to Varsity Voices Girls Soccer. My name is Jeff DiVeronica from the Democrat and Chronicle. In-studio guest this week, it's a big week for them, Wheatland-Chili Girls Soccer. To my far right, head coach Gary Ward. Welcome.
Thank you.
In the middle is Abbey Callaghan, and next to me is Hannah Callaghan, twin midfielders for the Wildcats. They've made it through to the Class D state semifinals. 10 teams alive last weekend for Section 5. 7 of them made it through. Gary, that doesn't surprise you about Section 5, does it?
No, I don't think so. Over the course of my career anyways, Section 5 has pretty much dominated the regional action.
20-1 on the season, girls. You've had a fantastic year so far. You made it this far last year, Abby. I want to ask you about that experience to get into the semifinals last year and then to the finals. How much did this group kind of take that loss hard and kind of use that as motivation in the offseason?
I mean, last year when we went to state finals, we said it from day one preseason. We were like our goal is to go to the state finals, and then this year we did it again. In preseason we usually have a paper where we write down all of the goals we want to have this season, like winning the Megan Carl tournament and winning sectionals and then going to the states again. And so we really kind of just pushed ourselves to achieve those goals.
You're playing Friday afternoon down in the Cortland area against Hammond, a team from Section 10. Gary, this squad, let me ask you first, how fun is this, Hannah?
It's a lot of fun. My favorite part is the fact that we all get to stay in a hotel and hang out, and then we kind of just do our own thing, where it's just a group of us, but without the parents, so we're kind of just doing our own kind of team bonding. So
now, Wheatland-Chili, the Wildcats, it's your 5th trip to the state Final Four, Gary, in your 35 seasons. Please explain to the folks out there where Wheatland-Chili is, because there's so many people that say, wait a minute, where are they located? How far out is it? Where is Wheatland-Chili?
Well, we actually are in Monroe County. We're in the southwest corner, and part of our district, of course, is in Chili. But Wheatland is a town in the southwest corner of Monroe County, so we're really, about 10 miles from the Rochester city line.
And it's Class D, but you've been able to play a tougher schedule over the years to prepare. And I know you dropped down. You were in C for a little while too.
Right.
This group, talk about last year, and then I know you lost some leaders and some good players. How many returnees did you have going into this season from last year?
Oh gosh, we had last year I think we graduated about in terms of starting people in the starting lineup, we graduated 4 starters. But we had the bulk of our roster back, and then on top of that, we have some great young players that came up from beneath. Some at the beginning of the season, and then one girl in particular from the JVs at the conclusion of this season who played remarkably well. So we really think, and as much as we missed those seniors from last year, we really think our depth is greater, and I think with the maturity level and the development of our players that we're a better team.
Abby, last year, that experience going there and seeing the competition, knowing some of the logistics of the trip, do you think it'll help you, and how much will it help you this year? I
think it'll help us a lot, because last year, even at the States banquet, we didn't really know we had to do a skit, so we kind of were just oh no, let's just sing. And then...
What would you sing?
The Climb.
Okay. I have no idea what that is, but okay.
It was really fun. By Miley Cyrus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, just kind of being open to, all the new experiences, walking around with the tags, you feel kind of, professional. I don't know, it was really cool.
It's great for the kids to go down there. It's on a big stage at Cortland. It's the Cortland area. Gary, tell me about these two. You got one that's a big goal scorer, both midfielders, but do they just stay in the midfield? Where do they play on the field?
No, neither one of them really stays in the midfield. Hannah is our leading scorer, of course, and she can play anywhere in the defensive center midfield. She can play in the attack center midfield, and you also find her at forward. So she is a little bit more attack oriented than Abby. But Abby will be found in the defensive center midfield, and she's called upon to play just a different role. They both have extraordinary abilities, and they're extremely competitive, and winning is on their mind, and it's a great quality to have. I think, and so Abby, we're probably going to find Abby to key our central defense. Abbey last year was our outside left defender, and so she's kind of a natural defender. We just had the opportunity to play her in the midfield this year, and it really strengthened our midfield. But these girls are both outstanding players and outstanding people.
Hannah, you almost tripled your goal production from last year. You had 9 goals last year, 26 this season. What's been the difference for you? I know obviously some people graduated, but this team has obviously gotten you the ball too.
Last year, I just felt like a ton of pressure because I felt like people expected me to score more than I was doing. So it kind of, I don't know, it just kind of like bothered me. So I was thinking too much about it. And then this year, I just kind of went in with the mindset that like, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to take it. So this year, I don't know, like with our midfield now, we've done better with getting the ball up to the forwards this year.
Okay.
And so with the outsides that we have and like the distribution ability that our team has this year, it's been a lot easier to get the ball in the back of the net.
Abby, tell me about your sister. What are her strengths on the soccer field? None? She's just trying to identify the
They're
best.
awesome. I mean, personally, I do take part in some of her goals because I give her the ball. But also, like, she's, I don't even know, she's, like, always there. Sometimes when the ball's, like, flying up in the air and, like, you expect someone to obviously win the ball out there, like, Hannah's always there. And she runs everywhere.
I think you're second on the team in assists, actually, with 9. And Gary, let's talk about some of the other players, some unsung heroes on this team that maybe don't get their name in the paper all the time because they don't score all the goals. But you have a pretty diverse attack, obviously one featured player. Tell us about some of the other players on this group.
Well, like I said, we're deep. We have Cassie Parker, sophomore on the outside up front, who's got 13 goals, and she also made the All-League team. We have Morgan Franklin, who plays in the center, who made the All-League team. We have our 2 central backs who have keyed our defense, which has only given up 7 goals.
Who are those 2?
This is Elise Williamson and Abby Hogan. And so, you know, we have, and then the kids that are coming off the bench, we have Nia Rosado, who's got I think 11 goals now, who's an 8th grader. We've got Morgan Parker on the flank, who's another 8th grader on defense, who's got outstanding speed and is up and down the field and great ball skills. Wow. We got Trevina Meeks.
Yeah.
Trevina Meeks is up off the JVs and has scored 3 goals just in the sectional run. So we're just, I mean, I probably left people out. This is a very deep team, and we put subs in and we don't change any.
Abby, you've shut out 7 of your last 9 opponents, and that's impressive, especially this time of the year. You beat York 2-1 in the Class D championship game. Somebody told me that was a very high-level game. You expected a tough game. Was it one of the toughest games you've had this year? I know you lost once back in late September, but was that one of your toughest games recently?
Yeah, it definitely was. It was actually one of the first games I was dropped back to play defense because of their speed on the attack. I mean, and they moved the ball like pretty well. We knew it was going to be a tough competition, and the injury like prior to our game, so we had to wait. Didn't exactly help. So.
Okay. Hannah, you know, obviously it's a close-knit group. You spend a lot of time together. Are there team bonding type things you do? Dinners, parties, what can you tell? Pep rallies? Tell us about that.
Yeah, actually, well, last year, sorry.
It's okay.
Last year, our school like hosted pep rallies and assemblies for when we went to the sectional finals, and then when we went to the state tournament, they also held an assembly. But like the team bonding things that we do is spaghetti dinners. We do spaghetti dinners usually before big games. So like when we were going into York, and then, well, yeah, just before like the big games.
They're all big at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of spaghetti.
But it's carbs that we need, so it's good. And it allows us, well, usually we play films from like highlights of our games prior, and we kind of just like take a look, and it gets us even more like excited about the game that we're playing next. So yeah, it's exciting.
You're really close. You're 2 games away from joining the 1991 team as the only state champs in school history. That's got to be pretty cool. Abby, I'm going to put you 2 on the spot here. Give me one word to describe Coach Ward.
I'd say he's very passionate.
Passion is good.
Sorry.
That's okay. What else? One word now, Hannah. One word.
I don't know what.
How about hyphenated? Is he detail oriented? He's intense. I know that.
If I had to describe him, I'd just say that like he never really gives up on us. I don't really know how to put that into one word. Passionate.
What does that mean? Never really gives up on you, Gary. What does that mean to you?
Well, we, in any sport that's competitive, we're always going to have our bumps. And so, Hannah and I have had a few conversations when she was younger where, we had to talk about some things. And, my role is to guide her, but I'm certainly not going to, the other side of the coin is that kids have to receive what you're putting down. And if I feel that you have to be 100% supportive of them in order to coach them. And so we never give up on anybody.
You've had almost 500 wins as a coach, 35 seasons. All this time later, has coaching changed at all for you from 30 years ago to now? Do you have to do things differently tactically or, from the off the field perspective
Yeah,
too?
All of those things. We do a lot more film study than we used to. The game has changed. This is a much more technical game than it was in '91. And although that was a great team in that era, there's a big difference in how the game has developed, the women's game has developed. And if you go back to when I first started in '82, that was just like night and day. The progression of the high school women's game in this area is still on the upward trend.
Well, we know soccer is a big deal in the Rochester area, and it's going to be a bigger deal if somebody comes back with a state championship. So, Gary, thanks for coming down. Best of luck to the Wildcats.
Thank you, Jeff.
Ladies, thanks for coming in, and have fun, and good luck getting it done.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Varsity Voices Soccer right here at DemocratandChronicle.com.